Okay, today we're going to do Module 5, Lesson 5, and our objective is to use the associative property to make 101 addends. The associative property of addition says that it does not matter how the numbers are grouped when you add. The answer will still be the same. So first, let's take a look at some examples, problems, and see how we can use one problem to help us solve another. Here, I have the problem 17 plus 12. In 17 plus 12, there is no regrouping, because neither the ones nor the tens when added will be more than 10. So, I can simply add, in my head, the ones, 7 plus 2 is 9, and 1 plus 1 is 2 tenths. So my answer here is 29. Now, if I know that 17 plus 12 equals 29, let's take a look at 17 plus 13. These two problems are very similar. In both problems, our first addend is 17. Our second addend in the second problem, the 13 is one more than the 12. What this means is my answer for 17 plus 13 will be one more than my answer was for 17 plus 12. So if I know 17 plus 12 is 29, I know I can figure out that 17 plus 13 is going to be 30, because 30 is one more than 29. Now let's take another look at another problem. So now, if I take a look at this problem, here I have 17 tens plus 13 tens. I already know that 17 plus 13 equals 30. So what that means is 17 tens plus 13 tens will have to equal 30 tens. Remember, when we add the word tens to the end of a number, that means that we place a 0 at the end of the number. So if I look at this problem again, 17 tens is really the number 170. 13 tens is the number 130. And then my answer, 30 tens, is actually 300. So look over here. So 170 plus 130 would equal 300. We can use this problem and this problem to help us solve this bigger problem. Now let's look at here. We have 170 plus 140. Let's think about it in tens. Well, 170 is 17 tenths. 140 would be 14 tenths. Up here, I know that 17 tens plus 13 tens equals 30 tenths. Here, this problem is very similar. The only difference, instead of adding 13 tens, we're adding 14 tenths. 14 tens is one more than 13 tens. So that means my answer for this problem will be one more than this previous problem. So instead of it being 30 tens, my answer would be 31 tens. And then, very simply, 31 tens would equal 310. So, we can use other problems to help us solve more complicated problems. So now let's take a look. Here we have a problem 190 plus 120 equals, and we're going to figure out the answer. We are going to use a number bond to help us make multiples of 10 to help us make 100. So let's take a look at our two problems. Here we have 190 plus 120. First, I'm going to break up 190 into hundreds and tenths. So 190 can be broken up to 100 and then 90. Now, I'm going to break up 120, but I'm going to break it up by figuring out what I need to make another 100. So 90 plus 10 will actually give me 100. So I'm going to take a 10 out of 120. If I take a 10 out of 120, that leaves me with 110 left. Now, I'm going to combine my 90 plus my 10 to make 100. And now I can count out my answer. So here I have 100, 200, 310. So 190 plus 120 equals 310. I was able to use a number bond to help me make another 100 so that I could very easily count out my answer using hundreds and tenths. Let's take a look at another number. This one is a little bit more complicated. Here we have 199 plus 25. So I'm going to take a look at my bigger number. And I'm going to ask myself, what does this number need to make 100? Well, 199 needs one more to make 200. So I'm going to break my second number up, and I'm going to take a 1 out of 25, which leaves me with 24 left. Now, I'm going to combine my 199 plus the 1 to make 200. Then, I'm going to combine my 200 plus 24, which will give me 224. So my answer is 224. I was able to use a number bond because this number was so close to the next 100. When you have one number really close to the next 100, we can simply just break up our second number to make that next 100. Then it's very easy to add the remaining numbers to get our answer. So let's try another problem. Here we have 298 plus 22. Take a look at my bigger number. 298 is very close to 300. In fact, 298 needs 2 more to make 300. So I'm going to go over to my smaller number and then break this up. I'm going to take a 2 out of the 22, which leaves me with 20 left. Now, I'm going to combine my 298 plus 2 to make my 300. Then my last step is to add my 300 plus my 20, which will give me my answer, 320. So my answer of 298 plus 22 is 320. Again, in this problem, 298 was very close to my next 100. That is why it was so easy to break up the second number to make that 100, so then that we could easily add the remaining numbers to get our answer. You are going to try this problem on your own. Here we have 495 plus 30. Look at our bigger number. Decide how much more does 495 need to make 500. Then you are going to break this number up by taking out what you need and then putting down what is left. Make your 100 and then add the remaining numbers left. When you're done with this problem, you're done with the notes for today.